All right, so let's just take a look at my setup that I have. I've got my Mevo Plus down there. I'll show you that in a second. But let's go computer. I get a lot of questions about the computer. So I've got just an iBuy Power that you can get at Best Buy. I believe it was like $500 when I got it, and it's like a year and a half old, so it still does the trick. It has, I got the specs up, it has a AMD 6300 core processor. It's 3.5 gigahertz, so it's not the fastest, but you know, if you see the videos, you can see it handles the sim golf just fine, so you don't have to get like crazy. You know, if you're getting Intel, I think you can get like an i5, and you know, i7's probably is good. If you go up to i9, that's overkill, I'd say, but you can get an i5. I think that's what I had on one of my other ones, and then i7s will definitely work good for that. I do have 16 gigabytes of RAM in mine. I upgraded that myself. When I bought it, I had 8 gigs. What I love about these gaming PCs is you can just, it's so easy to get in there and upgrade it. So I think I paid like $30 for 8 more gigs, or I think you got 2 8-gig sticks of RAM, and you just put it in really quick. It's pretty easy. So I put to 16 gigs. You know, my goal was to do some other stuff outside of sim golf, and actually, so I think I'm a little overkill on the 16 gigs, but it does run good with that. And then from there, I've just got a Logitech. It's just a HD webcam that I use, and then that just plugs in. I put it up here. Just works easy with where I've got to place it. And then because of my layout with my space, I just use this touch monitor that I got. This is a ViewSonic. I believe it's like a TD01, like 0122, something like that. You can find them on Amazon. I check it out sometimes. Amazon, they'll have them for under $200. So that's this, and then I just have this monitor stand that I was using in my other part of my facility that I put it on. This, again, very easy. It doesn't hook up via HDMI. It only does DVI or VGA hookup, so that you got to keep that in mind when you do this. And I've tried like a HDMI to DVI adapter, and it didn't work. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this, DVI or a VGA. And then I use this pretty much all the time. You got this there's an on-screen keyboard app that you can use. I do keep a keyboard close by sometimes if I need it, but with E6, that's actually been a really big thing. This works phenomenal with E6. I had Jack Nicklaus Perfect Golf before. It didn't work as good, especially when you had to get out of the program and go and do the whole reconnect via Bluetooth thing with the GC2. It drove me nuts. So E6 has been great as far as that's concerned. So yeah, that's what I use to play. We just use those things, and then we go from there. So that's the setup, and then I've got a blue microphone I use just because I like good sound. Although, you know, this microphone on the webcam is not bad either as you're going through. So that's my setup that I have when I'm playing. And again, let's take a look at the Mevo Plus setup. So being inside, trying to play, I've got it set up. I've got the battery pack. You can see I'm charging right now. I do have this board here. I do try to get the unit level with my hitting mat. That works best for putting. I know you can go below. For me, I don't get reads with putting if this unit is not at least level with the mat. And I don't want to go above because they say not to go to above, but that's what we do. We hit that way and it works out pretty good. And then I just have it on this mat. I'm gonna try another mat out in front, but I haven't had any issues with putting so far from what I can tell by just having it roll off the edge of the mat. Again, as long as the unit is up high enough to where it can see that ball rolling, that's what I see. So that's my setup, and then projector sits up just on a board. You can see I'm testing some wires out. It's about 20 feet from the screen, so not ideal, but if you look at my setup up above, to hang it would be a pain and get a nice short throw, which would be ultimately what I want. But that's kind of what we are working with. So yeah, people are asking about the PC setup. What do we got going on? So that's it. Let me know if you got questions with it. And you can see my iPad setup's very similar. All I would do is just take the iPad out, the HDMI out of the computer and put it into the iPad and just switch over. So very simple there. So let me know if you got questions about it. Happy to answer them and help you make your sim setup as good as possible. So thanks for watching. Peace.